Obviously, Bella's been in the same position as... Look, Bella's is small. He was probably the same height as me. Quick. And I used to always look at what Bella's used to do in training and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because he was rapid. Used to play on the shoulder of the defenders. That's how I wanted to play, and that's how I used to play. But they weren't... Look, if things weren't right for them, they would say stuff, do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. That's the type of people they are. If they weren't happy about someone, it didn't matter if it was Shearer or Bobby Robson, he'd have a go at them. Arguments would happen, but that's part and parcel of football, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you did say something off camera, which, you know, I'd like to talk about. Naturally, age, maturity is going to be a big factor, but you said the Bellamy you played with at Newcastle and the Bellamy you played at Cardiff were two totally, not just players, but human beings. Human
beings, yeah. It was...
Can you give a
do you know what? I was a little bit shocked because when Bellows was at Newcastle, and it's no disrespect for me, he'd probably say the same thing. I think he was more of a kid. He was more argumentative and stuff like that. But that was probably him. Do you know what I mean? And then I think the move from when he came to Newcastle, it was a big move for him and stuff like that. But the demands in Newcastle are very high. Do you know what I mean? So he probably wanted the ball. If he didn't get the ball, he'd have a go at you and stuff like that. And then when I seen him at Cardiff, it was totally different. Proper. I'm not saying he's not a nice guy, but you could see that he's a proper professional. Do you know what I mean? He's gone to Man City. He's worked with his
Liverpool.
He's worked with his own fitness coach for so many years, and you could see it. Do you know what I mean? And I think if I was at Cardiff with Bellas while I was a little bit younger, I would have picked so many good habits off him. Do you know what I mean? But I think when I was at Cardiff, I was scoring goals. Do you know what I mean? And whatever Bellas was trying to help me with, I didn't really take it on the chin and accept it.
Because
you know, just thinking. Yeah. Whereas at Newcastle, I was listening to his advice and stuff like that. Whereas I should have been listening to him when I was at Cardiff. Do you know what I mean? Because I think he was more professional at Cardiff with me and with the other players as well. There was one time when we played Bristol City away, I think it was at Ashton Gate. Bellas would ask the fitness coach to get the phone and hide it out of my pocket so that when I came in at half time, I wouldn't pull my phone out of my pocket. And Bellas thought I was checking the football scores and horse racing and stuff like that. But I had obviously with the gambling and stuff like that, I had a guy that used to help me in Newcastle called Steve Black, and he used to send me motivation stuff to my phone at half time, and I used to read it. And obviously when...
Is that the truth?
No, seriously, that's the truth. Obviously, look, I love to bet and stuff like that, but I wouldn't go on my phone to check results and stuff like that. And obviously when my phone's gone missing, I'm like, Gaffer, someone's fucking nicked my phone. He's told me to sit down. Do my team talk, sit down. Like, nah, seriously, someone's nicked my phone. Where is it? And then the lads have gone out. I'm like, I'm not going out. He was like, what do you mean you're not going out? So I'm not going out till I get my phone. Because somebody told me that Physio's got your phone. Somebody give me the heads up, like after I had that little argument with the gaffers about it. When I've gone to the toilet, somebody's come up to me and went, oh, don't worry, they've got your phone.
Did you go back out?
I went back out, yeah.
Did you have any idea who took it? Did you have like an inkling?
I didn't have an idea until later on, do you know what I mean? And then, but it wouldn't have been probably a couple of months afterwards when I found out the reasons why and that sort of thing.
Was it a conversation with Craig over that, or?
What's that, sorry?
Was it a conversation with Craig over
I didn't speak to Bellas about it. Which I should have done, do you know what I mean? Thinking about it, you should speak to him because he's, at the end of the day, he's when he came to, like I said, when he came, he was a proper professional. His dedication was so on the game.
Well, you
everything.
did, being a championship side, you're proper professional because you've got another 4 leagues underneath you. But it is that gap you're saying. It just shows how...
It shows you the difference. Look, I could... When I was playing for Cardiff, we were going to Watford and away games. I was eating Rustler burgers and wrestling.
I knew he was.
Do you know what I mean? all this sort of thing. I need this on the bus going to an away game.
That's mental.
Drinking cans of Coke, and that was just me. Do you know what I mean? I've got match balls in the house back in Newcastle saying you can have a pint of Coke anytime you like. It's just because I had a pint of Coke at half time. It just was one of them things. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't let other people tell me what I can't.
Was that just your sponsor? Or was that genuine?
No, that was genuine. It was just one of them things.
And what? You reckon the majority of the players were quite relaxed like that? And then Bellamy comes down as this like...
Well, the other players were fine with me doing it, do you know what I mean? Because I was scoring goals and playing well, but...
Give him a burger, he'll score a goal, like...
Bellas was like telling the gaffer can't do it and all that. He was like, it's got to be more professional and stuff like that, which at the end of the day, if I'm a load of shit and you're bringing a new player in or a young kid from the academy and seeing like heroes doing this, it doesn't look right, do you know what I mean? But look, if I was probably more professional, I could have scored 80 goals, do you know what I mean? It's just one of them things. But,
yeah.
So yeah, when you look back, you realise, I should have listened to him and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I had a good career in Cardiff. I enjoyed it. I scored goals and stuff like that. Nobody can take that away from me.